Hey everyone, how's it going? Today we're playing a game called Interruptedly. It's a visual novel with a bit of a minimalist style. So yeah, let's jump right in and see how this is. Bam, start. Dot dot dot. It smelled nice, the flowers. White petals fell onto the floor one by one, and the vendor who sold them looked rather perturbed at the scene. Sneering, she turned her head and ran off somewhere. Never mind that. You don't care too much anyway. You hummed the tune from the band earlier, some mute pop music you can't remember the title. Catchy, though. The triangles reflected their colors against the light as the cold wind walked by. They moved aggressively, trying to get free from the string they were taped to. Poles covered in vandalism were outnumbered by the empty halls, people leaving to go back home. Dot dot dot. Few were left, mostly children. Curfew's non-existent at this point. Besides, no one was coming to get them, with authorities being absent and all. Loitering around, playing hopscotch, Chinese garter, quiet little games that need only a small number of players. They were having some fun before morning came. Dot dot dot. Except for that one over there. Hey, let's save. It must be lonely, it must be relaxing. Well, there's a person by themselves, so I guess it must be lonely. Discreetly as you could, you approached the row of cement blocks and sat on one, right in front of the boy. The gravel tidbit rocks pressed harshly, and you expect a few marks here and there on your behind later. Whoa. I really like the art here. It looks, like, really interesting. Whoa, his head moved. Whoa. Hello. He smiled politely at you before looking away to the distance. This looks awesome. Like, honestly, oh wow, that was really cool. He smiled politely at you before looking away to the distance. Looks like a high school student. Looks very pretty. High school student. Oh, okay. I'm not sure if that's what... Was that a compliment? Yeah. I see. May I ask why you decided to tell me that? What a random thing to say out of nowhere to a stranger in the middle of the night. Don't you agree? The cause wasn't necessary in agreement. The cause wasn't necessary? Bit of a risk, though. I applaud you for it. Have you satisfied yourself with the current situation? Yes, I am still studying. Is there, like, missing dialogue or something? That's kind of... There's, like, some blank... that's weird. Anyway, not a single day has passed without me having a quick breakdown for not understanding concepts quickly enough. It gets rather worse when I realize that the others have already surpassed me long ago. Not a problem for mentors and teachers alike, for the relationship is perfectly unbalanced, but they and I are in the same class. It's disheartening to see. Do you like literature? Yeah, I like reading a good book. It's what I have for small pleasure, a release whether for reading or writing it. Recently, there's only a few works that I started that were finished. Stringing words together isn't that easy after all. I learned the hard way. But it made me happy, somewhat, even though it's a requirement for school. If it's okay, I want to share it with you. Yeah. She pressed her little feet against the grass, faint friction heard as she held her weight. The lamb's fleece shone when the sun licked the white coat golden yellow. It was doing the same with her dress, except the lace drew the shadows on the almost transparent fabric. Noontime was always warm on the hill, not too hot that it burned the trees and bushes like before. Everything was just right, and it felt good to walk along an obscured path. The plains were steep and barren, just the mass of nature in her place, branches tried to shield her from the rays of warmth, but only succeeded in making her glow. Humming, she carried the lamb when it bleated for her to do so. Together they trotted along beside the river, rushing into the opposite direction of their passage. Not long after, she came across a cottage, secluded inside the thick forest. Being in isolation, the heat she was once familiar with was replaced with a shift of cold air, brushing the long, dark strands off her shoulders to her back. A string of connecting two poles held various clothing that waved at her in welcome. Baskets of laundry were scattered about, with pails of bowls lacking in their contents. There was no soap, but the land smelled like vintage lemons. Hey, it's time for a break for water. I haven't read this much in a while. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Leaves and flowers, both dead and thriving, covered the walls of a somewhat aging structure, where the glass windows were almost hidden in plain sight. The possibility of someone there, being watched without assurance that they were, was very high. Strangely enough, she thought she felt a wisp of palms stroking her naked shoulders, continuing down to her collarbone. It bleated again, the lamb, and her hands let the baby go. Lithe limbs wandered to a pond, sparkling white as fleece, and the water's center was Swan, still and looking prideful at the pool. She thought he might have been looking at his reflection of his, but as she walked at the rounded edges of the weeds and wildflowers, he was actually gazing at hers, and tilted his beak elegantly in response to her presence. Intrigued, the tips of her toes dipped below the frigid surface and felt the warm comfort outside. It brought enough temptation to plunge the rest of her body within, but the long grace of a neck pushed gently on the top of his head leaning right on the soft skin of her chest. She sat there on the sour, cold soil with her lower half submerged with heat. The feeling was riveting. Hi. He looked like he was smiling. White feathers twitched and turned in different directions. She put her hands in between, stroking with care and appreciation. The swan was nearly her height, a large imposing figure that would have made her put her head back just to see. From his wings to the base of the scruff, her fingers climbed up and up to his beak, caressing the dark, tough mouth. You must tell me. I adore you. The way you carry your face, sharing it with everyone. How nubile and beautiful. Come now, say it. She gave a little laugh, which he may have replicated? Sorry, I can't pronounce words. Unfortunately, the swan had come out of the water and waddled to her back. Confused by this sudden action, she attempted to turn and ask him, but he jabbed harshly at the nape of her own neck, pushing her to her knees into the pond. They stayed like that for a while, shocked and surprised, jerking her body until she stopped. The lamb seemed to have gone off. I don't know what it is about this character design, but it looks really awesome. I don't know. There's something like really like there's like kind of like a horror. I don't know if it's like beautiful in like kind of a scary way. I don't know. Like I don't know. It like evokes a lot of like pain. You know, like I don't know. There's that position and the eyes and everything. I don't know. It's just it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. I'm going to turn on the air conditioner real quick, so I apologize for some background noise, but it is very hot in my room, and I don't want to die a horrible death of heat exhaustion. So, yeah. Apologies for some background noise, but someone once said it was boring, and I find myself agreeing. Not my best work, but it did its purpose, I believe. ... What do you think of it? I have a feeling you understood what it meant. What did it mean? It was like a story of a girl at a lake, and then she was with a lamb or something, and then there was a goose that snuck up on her and then, like, pushed her into the lake? Was that what the story was about? I may have, not 100% been paying attention there. It seemed more like advanced reading. I guess I'll return. I'm just gonna say yes. Pretend I'm smart. Da da da. Hopefully you haven't lied. You're still here. My head kind of hurts. Does yours too? I would assume it isn't, since you're not going anywhere near your home. I don't have a home anymore, so I'll be here a while. If you come around these parts, you'll see me. Try not to hesitate. Strike up a conversation any time, okay? I wouldn't mind. Of course, only if you want to. Don't feel obligated on my part. Dot dot dot. What the? Apologies. Would you like some? Wait, what? What was that? It was, oh, he was opening like some food or something. No, thank you. Is it your newfound realization or just plain lack of hunger? I shouldn't have assumed, I'm sorry. If you had intentions of letting me eat it all, thank you. If not, thank you for either way. Usually I find ketchup or mayonnaise or salt to spice these up, but carbonderias aren't open at this time of day, so I'll need to wait an hour or two. I haven't eaten yet, so... I love the animation. It's so, like... I love ketchup more than mayonnaise. What a fascinating, like... Da-da-da. Honestly, sorry to interrupt this, but I would love to see this, like, art style in something that maybe isn't a visual novel, you know? Like, this is just a side thought, so I'm not trying to criticize the game or anything. I just, like... This, like, art style is, like, so damn good. Like, I really love the way, like, the eyes move and everything. It's, like, so, like, fascinating and just, like, enthralling. I really love it. It just looks amazing. And I know I might be, like, hyping that up, but it just, to me, it looks really appealing. Like, I love, like, you can tell the emotions on this character just by, like, looking at, like, at the character and, like, just the way the eyes are and the expression of the eyes. It's so, like, well, like, detailed, you know? Even though it's, like, a bit minimalist, you know? Like, it's just, like, it looks like a bunch of scribbles and stuff sometimes, like, to some people, I imagine, but, like, to me, like, I can totally interpret, like, this character's feeling, you know? I would love to see that in, like, something that isn't a visual novel. Like, maybe it's something more, like, because in the medium of games, you know, like, interaction with a character through, like, actual gameplay, I feel would, you know, help solidify that connection between player and character or player and world. Like, a visual novel, it's like, it's reading, you know? It's so, like, I mean, you can, of course, like, you know, you can read something and feel something from it. I'm not saying that, but it's just, to me personally, I feel like I make a connection when it comes to, like, playing a game. I guess I am kind of interacting with this game because, like, I'm clicking to, like, progress and, like, I'm making choices along the way. It's nice that there are, like, choices to make here, so, like, it does make me feel like I'm a little bit more invested in talking to this character, you know? But, man, I would love to see this, like, you know, interpreted in a more, like, non-traditional way, because this is a very non-traditional sort of, like, art style. I mean, I know minimalism is an art style that's a major art style, right? But I just don't see it a lot in games because I guess it's not like a good I guess minimalism isn't always like the best way to like help like emphasize something about a game, you know? I know like Breath of the Wild has a lot of minimalist aspects of it, and that's a very good game, making you feel like the sense of freedom or whatever. But anyway, I think I rambled on for too long. I just love this art style. That's what I'm trying to say. So, yeah. Anyway, do you know whose property that is? Why does he want to know? Did someone do something there? Let's ask if someone did something there. Haha. I kind of get why these blank spaces are here. It's so you can look at the expression on his face, I imagine. No stranger, not yet. Stories made up by the neighborhood are fairly interesting. They say that a person who was staying at the hotel beside it lay there, rotting with flies and worms. Ew. Someone put her there, and he took his fill before leaving. It smells like jasmine with white flowers whenever you pass by. That was my favorite. I'd love to lie down beside her. Oh, Jesus. Feel nothing, just the soil beneath us and the sky above. ... Would you like some help? Please. Okay. You help him. Ending to for all alone? I don't understand what the... Okay, did we, like, kill him? I guess it's up to interpretation? Is that what... Maybe that's what the title of the game means? This is very fascinating. I'm not actually sure. This is very fascinating. Anyway, I'm gonna get a drink of water, and I want to play through this one more time. This is a very interesting visual novel. Okay, so let's start again, and I can skip a lot of this stuff. Okay, so I said it must be lonely, but how about I do a more positive interpretation of this, and I say it must be relaxing. Oh yes, sitting alone, staring idly at nothing. Such a relaxation he must be feeling. You best leave him alone with his thoughts. He looked up from the ground, giving you contact, as if saying thanks. Smile or not, you don't give him another glance. ... Go home now, there's nothing to see anymore, if you do have one. Nevertheless, the feast has ended, and it is time for you to leave. Take care. Oh. Well, polite enough, okay. Well, that was another one of the endings. That's pretty funny. Okay, let's say it's lonely, because relaxing is just an instant ending. Okay, so... I can say it looks very pretty? Is this a him or a her, or is there, like, no interpretation, or... Oh, blushing, okay. ... I'm speechless. Very flattering, stranger. Whatever you hope to accomplish, I feel a little warm right now. ... Would it be awkward to say that I think the same for you? Not really. ... How are you this evening? Well, Dawn. Curious to know? I'm not feeling too well, to be honest. I hope this time finds you otherwise. Why is he? Okay, so I think a criticism I do have is that these options of dialogue aren't exactly the clearest. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not, though. I think this is one of those situations where I'm not sure if the story is trying to be, like, interpreted as, like, a minimalist sort of style as well, but... so things are, like, up to interpretation or whatever, but... I do feel like these choices could be a little bit more clear in intention, at least. I'll just say it does. Unfortunate that circumstances have even low outbalance the highs every now and then. Or perhaps it's just how decisions come to be. What should I blame? Nothing, of course. You won't place blame? That's quite a skill. Will you teach me how? Or don't. Actually, don't. I must say, though, you have a strange way of looking at things. I suspect you won't tell me much, and that's alright. I'll talk to both of us instead. Do you like literature? This time I'll say no. It's what I have for small pleasure, at least, whether for reading or writing it. Recently, there's only a few works that I started that were finished. If it's okay, I want to share it with you. ... Perhaps not. My head kind of hurts. Okay, I can skip all this. This time I'll act disgusted. Ew, he touched it. My mind was astray, sorry about that. It seems I come off as filthy to you. Rude, but well-deserved. Usually I find ketchup for... Okay, this is all that stuff. What does he want to know? This is, Well, it isn't so bad of a place to rest. What do you think? I'd like to ask the owner if they wouldn't mind. That's kind, yes. It would be the least I could do. Go home pretty bad. Let's try go home. I want to, but as I said before, I can't. Miss it or not, it's not an option I can choose. Aren't you lucky to have one? Sorry, do you have one? No, don't answer that. I shouldn't have. I was grateful at most. Perhaps taking advantage is all I know. Have you even been listening to me? I'm sorry. Would you like some help, please? Okay. Okay, well, that was the same ending I got last time. Maybe I did something wrong there. I must be lonely. Okay. Very pretty. Oh, sorry, what was the history about? Would it be awkward? Yeah, let's say it's awkward. Oh, think nothing of it. Just a token of gratitude, a short one. Okay. Let's do, why is he? ... Your concern is not what I expected. I'm distressed, as you can tell. My mind is holding horrible thoughts. Coming here, I thought maybe I can expel it away like a horrid spirit. It did not. This place isn't welcoming enough to people like me. Do you come here often? I imagine anyone who come here do not reveal themselves as much as they encourage you to. What a fox. Fox? I don't know how to say that word, sorry. Now here I am, awaiting judgment that might never arrive. Do you like literature? Let's say yes, and then I'll just say yes again. Sorry, history. I have a feeling you understood what it meant. This time I'm going to say no. Alright, that's fine. I'm just going to be honest. My head kind of hurts. Does yours too? Okay, we'll skip this again. So your newfound amount of playing lack of hunger? Okay, we've already seen this one before. Why does he want to know? So glad of a place to rest. What do you think? Let's ask the owner if they wouldn't mind. Pretty bad? I think otherwise. That's all I could ask for. I wonder whether you rest where you prefer. Do you want something more traditional? There are worse ways to go. Have I started a relationship with you? Nothing so intimate as friends, nor shallow acquaintances. I want nothing more but a favor. Flowers. Will you give me flowers afterward? Please. Would you like some help? Please. Okay. Wait, what? Okay, I'm very confused. I think I have been, it's been 20 minutes-ish. I think I'll leave it at that. I will leave it up to you guys to maybe find the other endings. It seems like I only got 2 of the endings, but okay. I just wanted to see if there was anything else. Preferences. Okay, we can return. But yeah, thanks for watching the video, everyone. I'm going to end it here. If you would like to play the game yourself and see the other endings and maybe play it a different way than I have, I'm sure there's like a certain sequence you need to go through to like get a certain ending. It seems like ending 204 is probably going to be the most common ending, where you maybe help the stranger. I can't say I understood everything that happened in this game, but it does, from the basic gist of it, it seems like there's, especially just reading off the itch page, it's you have a conversation with a stranger outside of a church, so maybe the stranger is just homeless and needs help or something, or it seems like they're a high school student or something, but anyway, yeah, if you'd like to play the game yourself and see the other endings, then be sure to click on the link down in the description below to play the game yourself. I recommend it, actually. I love the art style. It's like, I would love to see more of the art style, honestly. Like, I know, like, the one screen is just seeing mostly just this boy, but, a boy, I'm not sure if it's a boy or a girl. I guess it's a stranger, up to interpretation, but, yeah, it's just, it's really fascinating, just art style-wise. I love it. It's absolutely great. Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll leave it at that. And, hey, if you like this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. I'd really appreciate it. From the bottom, my Kokoro. Okay, I'm ruining the end of this video. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you guys for the next one. Take care.